Welcome to the guide on how to craft 6-link standard essence drain bow. This is just a small update for 3.11 and Harvest League. If you need the full guide, you can watch my video from Delirium League. Last time I just mentioned in my pinned comment that you can use Beastcrafting split recipe to make a copy of your bow if you decide to make currency by crafting and selling these bows. This time I will show you how to do it and explain everything about it. Now let's bring my favorite board and start with the first step. You need to buy a base for this crafting. It is 6-link bow, minimum item level 82. On PoEDB site you can see that minimum item level to get our main mod 31% to 35 to damage over time multiplier is 82. The standard sockets colors for essence drain are 3 blue, 2 green and 1 red. Try to get at least 2 or 3 white sockets. This will increase the price if you plan to craft for trade. For clearing maps, I use Bane inside the bow, so I also look for white sockets that give 4 blue, 1 green and 1 red. This way you can replace void manipulation with control destruction for 5% more damage. Next, very important is dexterity requirement. My favorite base is reflex bow, and if I have low dexterity, then the short bow is a nice solution too. In case you have lots of dexterity, you can pick bow like Maraket with 10% increased movement speed implicit. Also, in Harvest League inside the garden, you can add a synthesis implicit to your bow. I will tell you more about this implicit at the end of this video. Next, in Harvest League, you can craft on your bow. Quality does not increase physical damage, grants 1% increased area effect per 4% quality. So it is nice to have a bow with at least 28 quality. Now, to search for these bows, on official Path of Exile trade page, select bow, any non-unique, 6-link, dexterity requirement you prefer, minimum item level 82, no for influence, corrupted and mirrored, and hit search. Bows with wide sockets and high quality will be more expensive. To save some currency, you can use live search and wait for someone to post one of these bows at a lower price. Now, when you get the base, it is time to start crafting. On Magic Bow, use Alteration Orbs until you get suffix 31 to 35% damage over time multiplier. At this point, there are 2 ways to proceed. In case you are not interested in Beastcrafting split and making copies of your bow, at this point you need a Magic Bow with just one mod, our main suffix damage over time multiplier. The only prefix acceptable is +1 to level of socketed gems. Any other prefix you will need to remove either by using an Orb of Annulment or if possible with Harvest remove craft. After you remove prefix, use Regal Orb and easily finish the crafting. Now, if you want to use Beastcrafting split, you can skip this part and use Regal Orb even with a bad prefix. Now, the next step is most interesting. It is time to use Beastcrafting split an item into 2, with half the mods on each item. Here is the beast we need to use. It costs around 2 exalted orbs, meaning this is how much you need to pay to get a copy of your base bow for crafting. Now, if you had a bad prefix on your magic bow and you use Regal Orb, with splitting you have a chance to get one good bow with damage over time multiplier and easy time crafting. For the next step, you need to use crafting bench and add the 3rd suffix to your bow, cannot roll attack modifiers. Now you can use the exalted orb on this bow, and the only prefix you can hit is +1 to level of socketed gems. On PoEDB site you can see that all other prefixes are attack mods. To save currency instead of using exalted orb to add this prefix, you can use Leo rank 3 crafting bench inside research save house. It has the same function as an exalted orb. To finish crafting, now you need to use crafting bench. Craft first can have up to 3 crafting modifiers. Next, craft +2 to level of socketed support gems, and finally craft 36 to 40% to chaos damage over time multiplier. By using Beastcrafting split, you can now sell this crafted bow and keep one base bow for the next crafting. When you finish your bow, if you don't like your random suffix, with harvest crafting, for some mods you can use remove craft. For my bow, I can use harvest crafting to remove cold resistance and make space for a new suffix. In Harvest League, inside the garden, there is also an option to add a random synthesis implicit to your bow. And here is tier 4 yellow seed you need to harvest. This crafting cannot be used on unique, influence, synthesize or fractured items. Also, if your bow is item level 85, you will need to use minimum level 75 seed. The current price for these seeds is between 10 and 15 chaos. On PoE site, when you select bows, you can see full list of possible implicit mods you can get. There are many nice, but the best for ED, Bane, and many other builds is +1 to level of socketed gems. To try to get this implicit, I will buy seeds from trade, and after harvest, add a random synthesis implicit to cheap, minimum item level 82 bows. If I hit +1 to level of socketed gems, I will use fossil crafting to craft the best possible bow in Harvest League. But that is another story for another time. If you have any questions about crafting standard essence drain bow or about Beastcrafting split, you can leave them in comments or send me a message inside the game. This will be all for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.